Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It's Sunday, April 24th, 2022, and what's important is it's Sunday, because believe it or not, when I woke up on this beautiful morning, I don't know why, I thought it was Monday, and if you've seen my Monday to-do list, well, you don't want to see it because it's a nightmare. I got a lot going on. And so I woke up, and for the first 5 minutes, I'm mentally running through that list. I'm getting my day started. And then I completely realized it wasn't Monday. And heck, I even had to check the phone just to be sure that it was Sunday. And those are the best kind of days. The worst way is when you have the opposite happen. And sorry, I almost just missed my turn. I don't go this way often. I'll explain where I'm going in a minute. The worst is to have the opposite happen. You wake up thinking it's Sunday and then realize it's Monday. So I got the nicer of the two surprises. It's a lovely 72-degree day. I'll tell you where I'm going in a minute. But first I want to share the other surprise. And that happened about 2 weeks ago when my channel, which I've been running this regularly about 3 years now, I don't really have a definitive start date because, honestly, I never really planned to start a channel. It kind of just happened bit by bit. But it's been a slow growth over 3 years, and I haven't been too worried about it. I've just been enjoying it. And then all of a sudden, 2 weeks ago, my channel rocketed almost overnight from 450 subscribers up to 500. And no doubt that is largely due to the videos I posted of Reading and Northern's newly restored steam locomotive, the beautiful 2102. I caught it on 2 of the 3 days that they were doing test runs and made quite a few videos. I'm sure you've seen all or most of those. And the subscriber count just went into the stratosphere and topped 500, and as of this morning I am at 522, and I want to thank all 522 of you, both newcomers and people who've been with me since the beginning, and everybody in between. And even if a few of those are bots, hey, welcome to them, or thank you to them too. This really has been, running this channel really has been one of the greatest experiences I've had in my life, particularly with the world events over the last 2 years. It's really been a refuge for me and a creative outlet and something I look forward to doing, and I've met a lot of awesome people doing it, and I really can't imagine what the last 2 years would have been like without it. That said, this is still just the beginning of the journey. Now, 500 is kind of a big deal in the YouTube world. It still doesn't get you to monetization. You still have to reach 1,000 subs, and I think it's 4,000 watch hours over the past 12 months to get monetized. But it's an important psychological halfway mark. And more importantly, it's unlocked a really cool new feature on the channel. I'm not sure if you've seen it yet or not. But if you go to my channel page, you'll see that I now have a community tab. And this will be my way that I can post messages, polls, and just have, a discussion with you guys outside of the videos. If I have just a photo I want to share, or just an update, or anything really, that's one more venue I have to reach out to you guys, and it's a way I can do it without spending hours making a video. And lastly, I want to do something special for reaching 500. I'm going to hold off the big celebration to 1,000. I don't know what I'm going to do for 1,000 yet. Probably some kind of giveaway and special video. I had thought maybe that was years on the horizon. I never thought about it, and who knows, the way this year's going, it could happen sooner. Likewise, 500 crept up on me, caught me a little off guard. So what I'm going to do for 500, we've had a wonderful 3 years where I'm presenting videos and you guys are commenting on them, and I really do make my best effort to reply to everybody. If I miss a comment here or there, I do apologize. Things do fall through the cracks, but I give it my best effort to engage with my community, because you guys are the reason I do this. And that's cool. But it's also something of a one-way street. I present the information and you guys comment on it. What I'd like to do is turn it around. I want to do a Q&A video where you guys ask me the questions. Ask me anything within reason. There's certain topics I'm not going to get into. You can probably use your discretion and your imagination, and I will disregard those kind of questions. But you can ask me anything. Ask me about my life. Ask me about, obviously, my hobbies are, especially currently, rail fanning, railroading, biking. I used to be fairly avidly into racing, baseball, hockey. Those have kind of fallen away. Ask me about any of that stuff. Ask me about plans for the future. Ask me whatever you want. Like I said, within reason. And what I'll do, and I probably should have given a little more thought before running my mouth in the truck. I probably should set a deadline on that. I'll announce it on the community tab. I'll probably keep it open for, say, maybe 2 weeks. You guys can either submit a question by commenting on this video. You can put a question. I will make a post in the comment tab. The community tab, the new community tab. I'll put a post there. You can comment on that, or you can email me on my About page. You can get my email address. You can email me there at any time. And we'll say 2 weeks. I don't have a calendar in front of me, but that'll be something in early May. I'll take all the questions. I don't know if I'm going to do the Q&A as a driving video or something else. I don't know. This is so sudden for me, guys, this 500. It really came up fast, but it was really a special surprise. But we'll come up with something. And so thank you again. I mean, really, you guys are the reason I keep doing this. And, I really enjoy the engagement I have with my community. I enjoy getting to know people, both people near and far. I've met friends that, you've seen it, we can now get together and we film together. And I've also met people, in other states and even other countries that, we may never get together in person, but, it's really made my world larger. So thank you, everybody. Now, as for today, I'm going to try not to run my mouth for another hour. I know I have that habit. You may or may not recognize this route. This is what I call the back way into Jim Thorpe. I took it partly because you've seen the normal way I go so many times that you probably feel like you're watching the same video over and over. But I also take this way, particularly on weekends, because I'm not actually going into town. I'm actually going to Lehigh Gorge State Park, which is about 2 miles north of town. I have my e-bike charged up, and I'm hauling that up there. It's actually going to be my first bike ride of the year. And I took the e-bike because I'm pretty out of shape. I'm going to try to pedal as much as I can, but if I can't, there's always the throttle. This is mostly just about me getting out, enjoying the nice weather, enjoying some nature, clearing my head, trying to answer some weighty questions in my own head that I've been dealing with this past week. Am I going to be filming the ride? No. Not that I don't want to bring you guys along, but sometimes, as those of you who have channels know, sometimes you just have to put the camera down and enjoy the moment, enjoy what you're doing, enjoy nature. That said, I will be doing a little bit of filming because, as you know, the Lehigh Gorge Scenic Railway runs in parallel with the D&L Trail. And do you think I'm going to let a train go past me without filming it? Nah, that can't happen. I don't think the laws of physics allow that to happen. So, and I actually do have a particular goal in mind with where I would like to catch the train and film the train. Looking at the clock, I think I'm on track for that schedule. It's going to be a close call, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It's not a big deal. It's mostly about enjoying this day. And as one final sneak peek, even though you're going to see what I'm going to talk about now, probably before you see this video. As I mentioned, Monday is a really crazy day. The to-do list is a mile long. I mean, you could say that's every day, but a lot of Tuesday stuff from this week got moved into Monday. Why? Well, Reading and Northern is supposed to test 2102 again on Tuesday, and they announced it this time. They're going to do a run starting at 9 o'clock in North Reading, which I think means the freight yard, which is just north of Reading Outer Station. I'm still trying to get clarity on that. They are going to run 2102 from North Reading to Jim Thorpe. And I'm navigating traffic here. Okay, safety first. I love this old farm, by the way. You got the old equipment, the old truck, the silos right by the road. They're going to run 2102 from North Reading to Jim Thorpe and back, obviously. They announced it ahead of time. I don't know if it's pulling passenger cars. It could be pulling freight cars. It could be both. Nobody really knows. We just know that this is a bigger test event than the prior 3 days. Well, I wouldn't say bigger. Obviously, the first 3 days are the most important, but those were a lot of short runs, them getting out, working on the engine. We believe that this is going to be more of a continuous run. Details are still sparse, but needless to say, I'm pushing a lot of my work from Tuesday into Monday, because Tuesday I am going to go chase 2102. And like I said, probably by the time I post this video, you'll have already seen the 2102 videos. And I am trying to rush the 2102 videos out when I get them, because it is such a hot topic. I don't want to let those sit on the shelf for a year or two. No, not that long, but sometimes it takes me a couple weeks to a month. Speaking of long time to editing videos, you probably, hopefully, already enjoyed a really long video I put out Monday that was filmed largely in 2021. It's a full trip on the Lehigh Gorge Scenic Railway behind steam locomotive 425. That's their smaller light Pacific that they've been running up here for a couple of years. As far as I know, there is no scheduled runs of that locomotive this year. There had been something posted about running it from Pittston to Jim Thorpe and back on 4th of July weekend, and I looked for that again yesterday, and I couldn't find it. And that means either I couldn't find it or they canceled it. And then I also know that after this year, 425 has to be overhauled, mandatory FRA rules. I think it's after either 1,472 days under steam or 15 years, whichever comes first. They have to retube the boiler, inspect everything, a whole bunch of stuff has to be done. I don't know every detail of it, but just say major overhaul. So it's possible, I hate to say this, we may not see 425 for a few years. I'm still hoping they're going to do a couple runs this year. If they do, I'll do my best to be there. If not, boy, it's painful to think about a couple of years without that one. But we are going to have 2102 to enjoy this year. I do plan to rail fan it every opportunity I can get. Its first revenue passenger run is scheduled for May 28th. That's Memorial Day weekend. I believe it's the Saturday. I will be rail fanning it, and I will be riding it in late October on one of the fall foliage rides in the dome car, which I'm really excited about. So with that, I am, this is now the town of Jim Thorpe. This is the side you normally don't see. This is the east part of town. It's not very touristy. It's just, residential. It's a nice little town, typical small town Pennsylvania. It's kind of quiet over here, but I am going to let you go now. Thank you for riding along, and don't forget to get those questions in for the Q&A. Like I said, I'll compile them in about 2 weeks' time. I'll put the date in this description and in a post on the community tab. Get those questions in, and let's have some fun with it. I'm curious to see what you guys ask, and you know, hopefully you can get a better idea of who this voice behind these videos is. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you down the tracks.